Hey everybody, my name is Abasi. I help local service-based business owners get more clients to their business with the use of Instagram ads. In this video right here, it's going to be a in-depth breakdown on how you can utilize the Instagram strategy to bring more customers to your business. So just to get started, you want to make sure you go to Meta Business Suite. I'll make sure to link in my description a link so that you can access this. And once you're on this page, you want to click where it says right here, get started. This is going to prompt you to create not create a profile, but it's going to prompt you to connect your business Meta account to your business Instagram account, okay? And it's going to link everything together. Super simple, just follow exactly what it says. And once you're done with this, you're going to be prompted to this screen right here. And this serves as your hub for everything related to your Meta ads. And if this is your first time running Meta ads in particular, you're going to need to set up your payment options. Okay. And we'll make sure to talk more about that a little bit later towards the end of the video before you publish your first ad. But anyway, this is going to be the screen that you're prompted to. And once you're on this screen, you're going to have some different options right here. You're going to have this option where it says create ad, create reel, story, etc. Don't worry about any of these. We're going to focus on this one, create ad. And when you click this, you're going to have all these options that's going to show up, okay? And for the goal, since we're strictly focusing on Instagram, we're going to click where it says boost Instagram content. And once you click that, you're going to be prompted to everything that you have on your Instagram right now. And you're going to need to pick exactly which post you want to boost. Preferably the post that you boost, make sure that it's a video ad, okay? Or a video or reel. Because reels tend to perform the best on Instagram, all right? So you're going to select the reel that you have. For example, I'll click one of mine and you're going to press where it says boost. And once you press boost, this screen is going to pop up right here where we can finally create our ad. So before I go into the specifics, this is just a hub for everything related to the ad that you're going to create, okay? And guys, this is super simple, okay? It may seem overwhelming to see all this different information and different options to select, but don't worry about it. That's why I'm here to guide you through it, okay? And once you post your first ad, I'm telling you, it's going to get even more simple as time progresses. So we're going to start right here at the top, okay? And we're going to go to the bottom. So when you create your first ad, this box right here is going to be for the goal. And the goal of this ad in particular is you want people who see your ad to go to your Instagram profile. Because you see, your Instagram profile is going to serve as a funnel. First, they see your ad, they click your profile, and if you have a decent amount of content that gives a lot of value, you're going to better help establish trust with your target customers, and that's what you want. So in this case, we're going to keep this right here as getting more profile visits. And now if this option isn't auto selected for you already, you're just going to press right here where it says change. And you're going to find that option and just click this. Additionally, there are other options on here too. There's get more engagement, get more messages, and get more website visitors. In this case, we're sticking with Instagram profile visits, which is the most important. So you're going to save that. And next, we're going to go down here. We're going to go down here to Advantage Plus Creative. Now, this right here, we don't want to utilize Advantage Plus Creative. The reason is because with Advantage Plus Creative, this gives Instagram the authority for them to dictate exactly how they believe, based off their algorithm, where your ad should be placed and really who should see your ad and different creatives and whatnot. Now, in this instance, since we want to be in control of where we put our ad and who sees our ad, we're just going to select this and turn it off. Next right here is the button. So since we already put get more profile visits, it should automatically stay with that option. So we stick with that. And special ad category, don't even worry about any of that. Keep this off. Okay? Next, just to kind of show you guys right here. So whenever you click what you have in terms of your post, it's going to show up on the side. And if you're curious to how your target customers are going to see your ad when it presents to them, you can click right here where it says see all previews. And once this load up, you're going to see exactly how your ad is going to present to people. And for example, if someone's just scrolling on their phone, your ad will pop up this way. This is one option on their Explore feed. And on the Explore homepage, same thing. You'll see. This is everybody else's content, but then yours will pop up here. This is the web feed, Instagram stories. It's really nice. So it pops up on a variety of different channels that Instagram has, which is extremely beneficial. Okay? So next, this right here, this is extremely important. You have got to get this correct. So this is the audience tab. Now with audience, by default, Instagram is always going to have automatic selected. You never want it to say automatic because this will allow Instagram to dictate, as I said kind of earlier, who exactly the audience should be to see your ad. We want to be in control at all times, okay? So in this instance, you're going to click right here where it says create new. And this is how we get into the nitty gritty when it comes into creating the ad. So you're going to want to name your audience, right? And typically what I like to do for audience, I like to put exactly like the cities. For example, we will use a nearby city. We'll use Addison, right, as the audience name, just so I know. And then Advantage Plus audience, turn that off. You do not need that. For gender, you want to keep this to all, okay? And in terms of the age, now this is extremely important. Always start with 21 and above. And you want to select the range of where you believe is going to be best for your target audience. So I'll give you an example. Let's say if you were in the roofing business, right? Most people who tend to get a new roof on their home, they're going to be a little bit of a higher age range, right? You can do like a minimum of 25 or so and then scale up to around 50, 55, 56 or so. When you start getting up to 60 plus, you have to think about the other people in terms of the older audience and if they're going to utilize Instagram, which some don't. Most of the older audience tend to favor still Facebook, but they are on Instagram too. But anyway, for example, you can pick a range of around 25 to 55. But genuinely, if you just want to, if you're not sure about that target age of your demographics, let's keep it simple. Just go with 21 to 55, okay? This is a great range. Now, location. This is very, very important too. So by default, depending on where you are, we're seeing the video, it's going to have the United States or your country of origin that's present first. And what you want to do is in locations, you want to type your city in. So for example, as I said, let's use Addison. And when you put your city in that you're targeting, what's going to happen first is Instagram is going to have everything set in a 25-mile radius of that specific city, which is Addison, right? So they're going to have all of these neighboring cities that are present. Now, here's the deal. It depends on exactly what cities you want to select. So you don't have to pick all these other cities to be in your radius unless you want them, unless you want to. But my suggestion for what's going to get you the most results relatively quickly is you want to hyper focus on some of the cities that are next to you. And I'm going to show you exactly what I mean. So, for example, what I'm going to teach you guys is called the hyper focus technique. So, we know that we pick Addison as our starting point. This is our city that we want to present our ad to. So, what we're going to do is we are going to drop a pin down, okay? And we're going to drop a pin right here next to Addison. And once you drop the pin, you're going to see right here these coordinates that's going to happen. You're going to delete the original place, which is Addison, press exit, and now we're going to be able to hyper focus, right? You're going to be able to go, and I'll show you guys. This is pretty crazy. You're going to be able to hyper focus even like 1 mile around the parameter of the city of Addison. Addison's a little bit bigger, so we can go with 3 miles. But once you go into 3 miles, you end up hitting Wooddale, Bennsville, a little bit of Elmhurst, and etc. So now you see how powerful this tool is. So let's say, for example, if you are a salon owner, right? You want to get all the clients that's within the Addison area. You also want to get Wooddale, Bennsville, Elmhurst, etc. Right? You could start with 3 to 5 miles. And that 5 miles, it's going to be around where this pin is set, okay? So like I said, we are hyper focusing, and the only people that's going to see your ad is everybody within this area and in this demographic, right? Which is extremely nice. So now for detailed targeting. Now this in particular, this is used to hyper focus even more on individuals. But here's the thing. You are a local service business owner, okay? You want everybody to see your business, everybody. So in this case of detailed targeting, keep this blank. This is going to allow so much more people to be able to see your ad, okay? And it increases your chances of people following you, messaging you, and for you to have that funnel of leads that's going to constantly be within your Instagram page. So with this right here, keep that blank. You'll see a suggested one that'll pop up sometimes. Don't even worry about clicking that. And then what you're going to do is you're going to save your audience. So now once that audience is saved, for some odd reason, Meta tends to always go back to automatic. Make sure that you select what you just did, right? And you'll be able to see your results right here. Addison plus 5 miles of Addison, the age range that you're looking for that target demographic, and so forth, right? And after that, you are going to be able to go to this next part, which is the schedule and budget. Now with the schedule and budget, this is also extremely important. Everything is important on here, but this is going to allow you to set the budget for what you want to spend for your ads. And when you also want to start your ad. Now you want to make sure that you run your ad continuously, right? Because what a lot of people don't know is that Facebook takes time, or excuse me, Meta, Instagram, it takes time to index your ad to start spreading around to find the people that you want it to find. So for example, if you click this option right here, choose when the ad will end, like 7 days or so, you don't want to do that because it actually takes, believe it or not, around 5 to 7 days for it to truly index and start spreading, so more and more people are able to start seeing your ad, because the Instagram algorithm wants to understand the data, right? It starts pushing it out and it just takes a little bit of time. Sometimes, depending on how good your ad is, it can index extremely quickly and you start to get results very fast. But it depends on what you have set up. And also too, with this, looks like there is an error that popped up. So this right here, I'm going to show you guys. So sometimes this will pop up. The estimated daily results, estimated reach unavailable. Now, this is actually a glitch that sometimes happens with with Meta for some odd reason, right? Because this is actually supposed to show you the target reach depending on your daily budget that you have. And what I am going to do right now is I'm going to take care of this. All right, guys, so I had to refresh the page to get everything to pop up, which it does. And thankfully, once you do refresh the page, it's going to save everything for you, which is really nice. But always make sure to double check everything, that the options are the same as that you had before. So like we had Addison selected and so forth, okay? And we had these options turned off. Creative off, special ad category off. So now let's talk about the schedule and budget. So Like I said before, you want to run your ad continuously, and you can select the date or time when you want to run your ad. In this case, we'll just keep everything down with the current time that it is. And let's go to the daily budget. So the daily budget right here, this is important. So you can pretty much go $1 and up. Obviously, you never want to go that low when it comes to anything. A good starting point for your ads is between $10 all the way up to $30 a day. Okay, that's a good starting point for your ad. And you'll see right here, for example, let's say you want to start with $10 a day for our ad within that 5 mile radius of Addison and those nearby cities that we want. If we do that, we're projected to reach between 825 to 2,400 views of the ad. And based off of that data, around 23 to 66 clicks. Now it will say 23 to 66 clicks, but there is a chance that even more people will end up seeing the ad and you might end up getting more clicks, which is what you want. But like I said, that depends on how good your ad is. All right. So I would say, like I said, $10 to $30 is good. A good sweet spot is around, especially for what I noticed too, is around 20 bucks. Okay. If you can run an ad for 20 bucks, especially for over a week, 7 days or so, you're going to see some traction start to come in. You are definitely going to start getting some link clicks. A lot of people will start to see your ad and you'll start to get followers. Trust me, I can tell you from experience, right? That's a good starting point right there. If you have the funds and you want to, like I said, increase it, put $30 and the results will go even quicker. Because you guys have to understand this. When it comes to running ads, I'll be frank with you, it's pay to play, right? Everything when it comes to getting more awareness in today's day and age, it's pay to play. Because word of mouth, which a lot of people tend to go off of, it's not a good way at all to scale your business, okay? You go on business, you know, it takes money, right? It takes money to make even more money when it comes to things. And if you invest these, $20 a day or $30 a day, you expect to get X results later. But obviously you want the results for you to get to be better than originally what you put in so that you can get a good ROI, a good return in your investment, which this strategy right here that I'm showing you, it gets you an insane ROI. Okay. For example, I have one client who I'm utilizing this strategy for. They're an optometrist office. And in less than a month of running their ads, I was able to get them an extra 78 hot leads in their pipeline, which was insane. Even the first day that we ran their ad, there was already leads starting to come in, which is nice. And when I say the leads are all the people that end up following you. Because you got to think about something. When these people end up following you, they're following you because they're very interested in your content. People don't just follow people to follow. No, they don't. They follow because they are interested. And when they're interested, they're already a hot lead. Your goal is going to be to, once they follow you, to respond back to them. But there's a very specific framework that you have to use within that to be able to convert them to a client. But we'll talk about that at a later video. But anyway, once you do all of this right here, this where it says placements, it's going to be Instagram that's selected because when we talked about everything earlier in the video, it's going to be for Instagram since we're boosting the post, okay? But aside from that, at the bottom, it's going to talk about your payment methods for what you want to have. And if it's your first time running ads, there's going to be something that's going to pop up that's going to say, hey, you need to select the payment method. And you need to pick exactly what that's going to be and go through that setup. It's super simple, doesn't take long at all. Just follow exactly what it says and you'll be able to publish your ad, okay? And once you click this button right here, you click publish, your ad will go into what's called a review with the Meta. They're going to review your ad just to make sure that it hits between their guidelines, which obviously it's one of your posts. It's going to be fine. You're not going to get denied. It takes a few minutes or so, sometimes 10 minutes, 15 minutes to get approved. But once it does get approved, you will start seeing results each and every day. But yeah, this was just another part of the series that I'm making right now to just educate service business owners on how to get more leads into their pipeline. That's all that I have for today. Take care.